Good morning or good afternoon, depending on what time you're joining us. It's Mr Knowles here, my turn to do the weekly assembly, and this week I'm going to be talking about the importance of creativity, especially at challenging times like this. It feels like a distant memory since the House assemblies where I spoke to you about coronavirus. We talked about the fact it was a new illness, and at that point in time there was only 590 cases across the UK. Since then, that's risen to over 294,000. What we didn't know is on the following Friday the government would instruct all schools to close. And since then there's been 12 weeks of school closure and 2 school holidays. Usually life is full of different exciting events, and they help us remember the passage of time. They mark out key points. It could be shopping with friends, or going to a sporting event, or even going on holiday. Without events like these and things that are personal and specific to you, the past 12 weeks might feel like a little bit of a blur. Thinking back to March, this is when our lives changed dramatically, when the government announced the lockdown restrictions and we were asked to stay at home. As we move into April, the Prime Minister, the Health Secretary and the Chief Medical Advisor all had to self-isolate as they were showing symptoms of COVID-19. The NHS began to prepare by building more beds in field hospitals, like the one in London called the Nightingale Hospital. Boris Johnson was taken to hospital as his condition deteriorated, but the month also had some positivity in it, as Captain Tom did an outstanding job of raising £32 million for the NHS. As the amount of cases of coronavirus decreased, the government published its strategy for changing the lockdown restrictions. Later in May, we had our final clap for carers on a Thursday. And as we move into June, it looks like shops can reopen, as long as they can prove that they're COVID secure. The events of this pandemic will affect people in lots of different ways. One good thing to do is think back over the past 12 weeks and try and focus on the positive experience you may have had. It could be that you've picked up a new instrument, done a lot of reading, got yourself fit, or connected with friends and family. On the flip side, it's been a very challenging time for a lot of us, so I just want to remind you all that as a school and a community we're here to help. If you need any support at home or there's anything that you want to tell us, then you can go to the main school website and click on the blue link that says Supporting at Home, or you can click on the Report a Concern and tell us about something you're worried about. This will be passed to the house team and somebody will get in contact to see how we can help. There are still 5 weeks remaining before we get to the summer holidays, so it's super important you must continue to work really hard with your remote learning. It's obvious that a lot of you are putting in a lot of effort and doing all the work your teachers are setting. This will put you in the strongest position for when we return to school. A good strategy for staying motivated is to find a balance between your schoolwork and also a hobby or a creative passion. We recommend that you set out a routine for the week, finding a balance between your schoolwork and something fun and something creative. This is really good for your mental health, and it's the best way to make progress and be productive in your studies. This is my creative passion, and it's how I relax and unwind after a long day working from home. Music, creativity and art can go beyond supporting one person. It can help preserve a memory or a point in time. It can help you communicate your feelings to other people, especially helpful if you're the kind of person that's not very comfortable talking about your feelings. It can help us reflect back on past events. Here are a few examples from around the world of where art has been used to preserve a point in time. It's at this stage in the assembly I'd like to invite you to take part. We would like to create a small exhibition to document the school community's journey through these challenging times. I'd ask you, can you produce a piece of creative work that could be part of this exhibition? Think of it like a time capsule. something that could pass on the knowledge and experiences and memories that you've developed to future year groups within the school community. If you choose to take part and submit some creative work, it could be any method to communicate your feelings and your journey through this pandemic. You could write a poem that focuses on a humorous element. You could do a painting, a drawing, or show off your photography skills. If you're a musician, you could submit a solo on a specific instrument or even write a small piece of music. You could present some song lyrics or a sculpture using what's around the house. Or if you choose to, you could produce a small piece of descriptive writing. Here are some quick do's and don'ts. Only get involved if you feel comfortable doing so. This isn't the kind of thing that comes naturally to everybody. Make sure that what you send in is no bigger than one side of A4, and be as creative and as abstract as you can or you want. Try not to use any personal information, no names or addresses or dates of birth or anything like that. And avoid any images that other people might find offensive. If you choose to take part, when you finish your piece, take a digital photo of it, the best you can, with good light, and send it to your head of house. Use their Gmail address and put your name and tutor group in the email. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you all again soon. Goodbye.